We're here with Eric Stafford, the lead designer on LiveWire.
On LiveWire, yes.
And this is the new Del Mar motorcycle.
Yeah.
Eric told me he can't tell us a lot about the bike, but I would like to know, I guess, are there actually two motorcycles that are running at this point? And,
yes, we have runner motorcycles currently in Milwaukee right now.
Right.
They've been showcased today.
Right.
So yeah, these are all fully functioning motorcycles.
What is the bike like to ride?
It's a lot of fun. So if you have any experience riding LiveWire 1, you know that's our Halo product.
Yep.
So this is kind of like the next iteration of what we're calling the S2 Aero architecture. Right. So this is essentially the new battery shell and new technology that's encased in there. So
what kind of batteries are in there?
A lot of the information we're still,
okay, so you can't say kilowatt hours or anything like that?
Yeah, a lot of the information will be showcased a little bit later.
Okay.
In the product.
All right. Now, did you ride the bike in the dirt at all, or strictly on pavement?
We have our own test track, eval track at PDC in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So that's where we do a lot of the testing, engineering, and design work for the products, the LiveWire. So
now, the LiveWire 1 has a different kind of feel when you ride the bike in terms of the speed control and the throttle.
For sure,
it's much more feels like much more hooked up than some of the other electric bikes.
Yeah.
Do you have a proprietary system that you're using to do that, or is that like a Chinese OEM, or are you developing your own speed control?
Really unique thing about LiveWire is all this, what you see here, and what you're actually going to feel when you're riding the motorcycle is all in-house developed by LiveWire. So, yeah, you know, you're going to have that similar feel to LiveWire, but obviously this is a different package, different architecture. So
now, does it have a LiveWire specific traction control, or is that?
Yeah, so a lot of the settings are going to be, they're all dialed in based on our ride and handling specs that we've outlined for this motorcycle.
Okay.
So.
Now, in the case of the Del Mar motor, or not the Del Mar, the Ultra Motors motorcycle that was done, that was Sweeney, I think, was the guy that was the Alta, and now he's over doing powertrain. Has he been working with the traction control? Is it going to be like the Alta in terms of a different thing for electric, because when the bike lands, the wheels go on the right speed and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think obviously, you know, we have the experience from like a 120-year-old company of Harley Davidson, right? So a lot of that knowledge and expertise of how a motorcycle should operate and ride and handle, you know, like fully experienced in all that, and how we can implement that into like the new chassis with LiveWire.
So in terms of the Bosch IMU, it's not necessarily Bosch, it's something you designed yourself, it's not a takeover from other companies?
So we have our legacy, you know, suppliers that we work with, but you know, a lot of that information we're still not publishing as of yet.
Now, can you tell me if it has a 6-axis IMU?
A lot of that information we're still haven't published yet. But.
Jen told me it did.
Okay.
So maybe
well,
she slipped.
If Jen has told you then that's probably safe to share.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, about the charging, it doesn't have level 3, just level 1.
Level 1 and 2, yeah.
Is there going to be an option for level 3, or is that something that's going to be looked at?
I think, you know, as you can see, like with LiveWire 1, we have that capability with the fast charging and LiveWire 1, so that being our Halo product, S2 architecture being that next level in our lineup. You know, the right choice was to go with level 1 and level 2. You know, once you start living with this product, we found, you know, it starts to make sense for your life and the way you operate and use a motorcycle.
Yeah, now, Jen told me that this is, I guess, $17,000 some odd, but that the target price for the regular model is about $15,000.
15 target,
so that's a pretty low price.
So that's the
especially a year from now.
Really exciting thing about this product is that you're getting a real premium product for that price point. And we can go over all these components. We spend detailed amount of time looking at every material finish, and that's something that we've taken on from Harley Davidson is the paint,
all the
materials,
details,
finishes, graphics. in design language, and we try to implement, you know, much of that legacy in a new, evolved manner with LiveWire too, right?
Now, on the dashboard, I notice it's not an analog dashboard, and so it's round, but I guess it's like a screen, right?
Yeah. So fully digital screen. You know, you carry the same capabilities as LiveWire 1, different ride modes, obviously.
Is it going to have a touch screen, or is it handlebar switches?
Okay, so you can see here in the controls here, we have full function for a lot of the Bluetooth accessories.
So it kind of looks like, it looks like it's off a car.
Yeah, for sure. So there's lots of functionality that's built in just the hand controls. So, you know, when we go through the rider and user experience of a motorcycle, touchscreens can be a little bit tricky when you're trying to hold on to handlebars and
I also
operate and
noticed the
stay
mirrors
attention.
are a lot different. I guess you listen to the LiveWire 1 complaints.
Exactly. So, you know, we keep very in tune with our customers and took a lot of feedback from LiveWire 1, and we've designed a whole new mirror system for this motorcycle where you have the opportunity to take these, switch them over to left or right. Lots of variability with the mirror too, so if you really want something that's wider span, more degree of motion and visibility, there's endless different scenarios you can move
Are
those
there
mirrors.
turn signals on the left side?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you did. Okay, and then the start. Oh, traction. Oh, so you can turn traction control on and off like the LiveWire 1.
Yep.
What's this one here?
That's your Bluetooth function.
Oh, Bluetooth.
Yeah, so you can.
Okay, so you
You
can
have a
basically,
headset.
so you can mount your smartphone on there and control your smartphone.
Yeah, so that's really thing. We paid a lot of attention to how people operate their motorcycles. So obviously a lot of riders, you know, they mount their phone right here, and we've conveniently placed the USB-C port right here.
Oh,
so
I
you have,
see.
like, very
Oh,
short,
okay.
really clean, nice tether, very minimal
Now on
aesthetic.
the LiveWire 1, there's not much power on the port. Is there going to be more power
So
on
for
this
sure,
one?
yeah, that's for sure.
You're going to be able to like run
exactly.
battery packs
Be
and
able to charge
GoPros and all that
your
stuff.
phone while operating your motorcycle.
Now, is that also where you would do software updates to the bike? Is that where you would plug in to do that, or is that?
So a lot of that stuff is we'll share in a later moment
Okay.
as far as updates.
Is there anything about the? Oh, I wanted to ask you, what specifically about the bike did you work on? Were like you the whole thing?
So yeah, overall we have a really big team at LiveWire of designers. Very small team of designers and big crew of engineers, marketing. So it's a big collaborative project to bring one of these motorcycles together. So, you know, initially we start off with a sketch. From there, we get buy-in from the organization, and that's kind of our key moment for the program.
Did you do a clay model?
Yes.
You have a clay one?
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
we do a lot of, you know, with a lot of the emerging technology with VR and stuff, clay is still highly used and very valuable within the industry. Seeing stuff in real life, and it's a really beautiful and like iterative process to get the right form, right crown, and surface language you really want. So all of this was all clayed up. We work with a lot of 3D printing armatures, so we pack it all full of clay.
You know, it looks like a finished motorcycle. Everything, the seat, the stitching, and
These components are all tooled up, so it's all production.
well, you know, the other thing too is that there's not really any welding, is there? It's all casting.
Yeah,
The
so
steering
this
head,
is
there's no
really
welding,
nice.
there's no frame, it's all casting.
Beautifully cast components. So
Get back here for this.
yeah, the subframe, the guy there. The whole battery pack, the rechargeable energy storage system. This is all one really big casting, so that was quite an engineering feat within itself.
Now it's also a proprietary motor, is that right?
Yes, yeah.
So it's a special motor.
Yeah.
And the motor's liquid cooled?
Yeah, so you can see here in the front, we have a radiator, and all this plumbs through the PU unit. And then down below there, we have a pump, and that's all circulated within the motor. So it's all liquid cooled.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. I'll
course.
post
Yeah.
this on YouTube for everybody to take a look at.
Awesome.